they're an outstanding side, and I think they. I've heard them reference our game last year as a sort of a big turning point for them, in terms of they felt they didn't turn up on the day and they didn't fire as many punches as they wanted to, and they probably felt they didn't perform as well on the day. That's what they've said. So, obviously they'll get Billy, who didn't play last year. He'll be back, a huge player for them. So that's why I think it's going to be already. You flip the switch straight away and you start thinking about them. And I think it's going to be probably the toughest game we've ever played, this group. Look, at times we played really well, and I think in a semi-final there's always going to be periods where the other team has a purple patch and they had a few, and we managed to hang in there at times. Other times we dominated some of those phases of play when they didn't have the ball, but it was the times when we got on top of them, I think, for a couple of phases, and then maybe switched off slightly and allowed them to sort of counter-attack on us. But look, it was very pleasing to hold them trialists. Is exceptional effort by everyone. It wasn't perfect, but it was a great effort, because they've been scoring tries for fun lately. There's always more, isn't there? It certainly wasn't perfect at times. I said in the post-match during the week, it felt like I was like cramming for a big exam. I was trying to fit everything in. Probably did a little bit too much at times during the week, but you think you'd learn with experience not to do that. But when it's such a big game and you haven't been on the pitch for a few weeks, and you haven't, it's different when you don't have that week in, week out, match fitness, I suppose. It's tough and weighs heavily on you, but it's better to be fully fit and to be undercooked, I think, than to be playing every week and to be carrying injuries and niggles. So look, it's good to get the body right now, and hopefully I can stay good now for the rest of the season and for the rest of 2019, please God. It's going to be a big challenge, but I've said numerous times when you play against a 10, it's not really a direct battle, because you rely so heavily on everyone around you, the coaches, the pack, and so it's very hard to compare. But look, he had a great game yesterday. I think their half-backs controlled things really well. Spencer at 9 looked very sharp in around the ruck, and whether they start with him and sort of use Wigglesworth off the bench, we don't know. But Wigglesworth will get a few games now over the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, and we'll be ready for all the combinations they can have. They've got an unbelievably strong squad. You look at their bench yesterday, bringing the guys on that they did, and some of the guys that weren't even involved in the squad. So hopefully we can get a few bodies back as well, and it'll be, like I said already, a massive battle for us, and one that we'll build for now over the next couple of weeks. Well, I think every final is tough. They're always tough. You don't get to a European Cup final being an average team, I think. But potentially, they've had a lot of experience. They've lost finals. They've won finals. So they've experienced both sides of the coin, and I'm sure that they're going to be relishing it. I think like I said, they've referred. I can't believe the amount of times they've referred to our game, and you hear the coaches all the time talking about it. So it was obviously a big regret for them and a big learning point for them, and I'm sure they'll be relishing getting the chance to put things right against us, and the psychology of that we'll have to sort out and talk about it. But they're an exceptional team, and we'll be up against it, but challenge that we're looking forward to.